Welcome back. We have two final witnesses on day 6 of Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks. Just a reminder, these videos are in numerical order and follow the chronological order of the trial. Each video is time-stamped and can be found in the playlist on our channel labeled Darrell Brooks Complete Trial. In this video, we hear from two representatives of the Catholic Church group who marched in the parade. The courts allowed Brooks more than enough time to speak earlier on this day, and rather than help, it seemed to have worsened his attitude. He becomes more and more combative as the day has gone on. So let's get to it.
My jurors are okay. I just thought we'd stand for a bit, but then keep going with testimony. So everyone may stand. Do our little stretch break. We haven't done one of those in a while. Probably a good thing the camera can't capture you. Stand for a bit. This chair hurts if you want. The non-chair. When you're ready, have a seat. All right, the state may call its next witness.
The state call Father Matthew Widder.
Sir, if you would please make your way to my witness stand, which is all the way up here, upper riser to my right. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand. My clerk, Teresa, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat. The first thing I will have you do is state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
My name is Matthew Widder, M-A-T-T-H-E-W, and then last name Widder, W-I-D-D as in dog, E-R.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Sir, how are you employed?
I'm the pastor of the Catholic Community of Waukesha for 4 Catholic churches in the city of Waukesha.
And what are those Catholic churches?
So St. William, St. Joseph, St. Mary, and St. John Newman. We're also associated with Waukesha Catholic, the school.
Okay, thank you. And when you say the Catholic Community of Waukesha, 4 parishes, and you're the pastor at all 4?
Exactly, yep. There's 4 of us priests. I'm the pastor. There's 2 other priests and a team, that kind of works together.
So you actually do sermons or services at each of the 4 churches?
Yep, exactly. So we'd, the 4 of us priests kind of go around and exactly wherever we're called to be. We're kind of on a bit of a rotation, but we're at all those 4 churches.
Okay. Direct your attention to November 21st of last year. Were you at the City of Waukesha Christmas Parade?
Exactly. I was the Catholic Community of Waukesha Catholic. We're walking in the parade.
Okay. And when you say, were there just one group of people, or when you said the school and the church?
Yeah, we were one group.
Okay.
One group.
Did you have a float or anything?
We did not have a float. There was a banner, and the banner was kind of being carried at different times by a different amount of people, but otherwise we were walking different proximity to the front and back. We were spread out a little bit.
Approximately how many people were in that group that day?
Probably between 40 and 50.
Was there any type of formation?
There wasn't like I think at different times we were probably closer together, at different times we were more spread out. As the parades went on, I think, some people walk faster, some slower.
And no uniform, or did everyone wear the same type of shirt or sweatshirt?
We didn't have, no, it was somewhat cold, so we had different, kind of, trying to stay generally speaking warm. We had some little, very small kind of lights that we're kind of carrying, very small, just kind of that sense of, not everyone had them, I didn't have one, but that sense of kind of bringing the light of Christ into Christmas.
Thank you. I'm going to show you a variety of exhibits. First, I'm going to publish them or put them on the screen in front of you, and I'll direct your attention there. I'll ask you some questions about them, okay? So first, I'm going to start with Exhibit 129. And let me know when you see that exhibit in front of you.
Okay, yep, I see it.
Okay. And have you seen that picture before?
Yep, I have.
And do you know who that was taken by?
I believe it was taken by Jason Peckloff. He's at least the person that I saw the picture from, so it was probably circulated, but yeah.
Okay. Do you know when it was taken?
It was taken before the parade started with some of the group.
Okay. So this wasn't all the people in your group?
Not everyone, but a chunk of people.
Okay. Are you familiar with pretty much everyone within this picture?
Yep.
And there are names that are associated with certain people who we are considering injured parties in this matter. Do you see those names?
I do.
Do you see the arrows that are associated between the people and the name?
I do.
Can you briefly look at that and let me know if those names are correctly associated with the correct people?
Yeah, to the best of my ability. Juan Marquez is kind of in the back. That's a difficult one to say. It's probably him. On that angle, I couldn't say like 100%, but very, very probable.
I would ask the court to admit Exhibit 129 into evidence and publish it for the jury. Would ask the court to publish.
The objection is overruled. Exhibit 129 is received and permission to publish is granted.
Can you briefly kind of go over the people who are named and their relationship with the other people in this picture? For example, I see some kids with the last name Perales Alvarez.
Exactly.
Can you kind of describe what their relationship is to one another?
Exactly. Yep. So Yamilet and Ashley, and then next to them unnamed is Yashleen. They're the daughters of Maria Alvarez Dominguez, as his name. We just say Alvarez Perales, actually.
Okay.
And then Jose Perales Alvarez.
Okay.
So those are connected there.
Okay.
And then Benjamin and Elliot Hallmark are siblings. Some of their other siblings are there too.
Okay.
Gregoria Romelia, she usually goes by Romy Perez, and Camila on the far left. That's mother and daughter.
Okay.
And then Juan in the back, his son David is up front. His head is kind of ducked to the side.
Okay.
So those would be the relationship connections.
How about Adair Lopez Revelar?
Objection, leading the witness.
Adair is...
Hold on, there's been an objection. I need to rule on it. The objection's noted. It's overruled. And you may answer.
So Adair is... his mother, Marisol, was also in the parade. She's not in the picture, though.
And how about Maria Alvarez Dominguez? I don't know if you addressed her yet.
Oh, yeah. Maria is she's the mother, and I forgot Eileen. I know I was missing someone. Eileen is on the far right. So Eileen with the A, Yamilet, Ashley are and then Yashleen, who's doesn't have a name box by her. They're the kids of Maria and Jose, who's got just barely see the red hood.
Okay. And does this accurately reflect kind of the clothing that they were wearing while they were marching in the parade on November 21st of last year?
I believe so.
Okay. I'm now going to direct you to Exhibit 128 because I thought so can you identify the person depicted in that photograph 128?
Yeah, so as it says, that'd be David.
Okay,
He'd be
so
one
that
of
is
the
correct.
younger kids.
He was kind of hidden a little bit in Exhibit 129, so I wanted to get a better picture of him. I'd ask that this be admitted into evidence. I'm sorry. Was this taken on the day of the parade? Does it appear?
It would definitely appear. I'm not familiar with the picture, but it would definitely appear.
That appears to be the street that you guys
Exactly.
walked on
Yep,
and the clothing
definitely.
that he was
Objection,
wearing.
leading the witness.
Overruled. Father, do me a favor and just wait until the question is fully asked before you answer it. I know it can be very easy to anticipate, but the very nice lady in front of you is taking down a record of everything that's said, and it just makes her job a little bit more difficult if that happens. It's okay. So hopefully his answer was clear. If not, you can re-ask.
And I'm sorry, that accurately reflects what you believed you would have seen on November 21st of last year?
Yes.
I would ask that Exhibit 128 be admitted into evidence and published to the jury.
Objection.
Exhibit 128 is received and permission to publish is granted. The objection is overruled.
And I'm also going to then show you on the screen in front of you Exhibit 121. Let me know when that's showing in front of you.
It is.
Okay. You had indicated that in front of the group was a banner. Is this consistent with what you're seeing, or can you describe generally what you're seeing in Exhibit 121?
That would be our group, somewhat close to the beginning of the parade route. So that's the banner. That's Bob carrying it on one side, and Jason Peckloff, as is noted, on the other side, where there's St. Matthias in the background. St. Joseph is kind of right in front of that, towards the beginning of the route.
Okay. And there are other names that are associated with people. There's a box with their name with a red arrow going from the person to the name. Are all of those correctly diagrammed?
Camila certainly is. Jason certainly is. Adair certainly is. Maria certainly is. Juan, I couldn't say definitively that that's him. And Jose Perales, I believe that's him, but I couldn't say definitively on that particular angle. Okay.
And with regard to Jason Peckloff, specifically, since we've identified the other people in this photograph through Exhibit 129, that is Jason Peckloff, and he's correctly named in this diagram?
Yeah, definitely.
Objection. Everybody was not positively identified.
I would note that the witness identified most with certainty, others without. So the jury should just keep that in mind at this point. I don't believe there's been an offer, though, or a request to receive it just yet. So I'll withhold any of that.
And Your Honor, I'm going to move Exhibit 121 into evidence, ask that it be published with the understanding that Father Widder indicated that Jose Perales Alvarez and Juan Marquez, it would be consistent, but he cannot say with 100% positivity that those are those two individuals.
Objection. It was not said with certainty whatsoever. The answer was he's not sure.
Exhibit 121 is received as noted by the state. Permission to publish is granted.
Sir, again, in looking at this exhibit, which is 121, other than Jose Perales Alvarez and Juan Marquez, which you indicated you weren't positive about, the other people whose names are and arrows are on that picture, you can positively identify them?
100%.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 122. And again, is this consistent with a picture that was taken at the very beginning of the parade where the other picture was taken from?
That's correct.
Okay. And there are two names associated with two individuals on this picture. Can you positively identify that those individuals are the people in this picture?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled.
Yeah, William Mitchell and Yamilet Perales, that would be 100% certain.
Thank you. I would ask the court to admit Exhibit 122 into evidence and publish it for the jury.
Exhibit 122 has received permission to publish. Granted.
And again, this accurately reflects the identity of William Mitchell. If you can just circle William Mitchell in the photograph, it is a touch screen in front of you.
I should.
And Yamilet Perales Alvarez. Thank you. Moving on to Exhibit 123. Can you identify the individuals who are named in this exhibit?
Objection. The names are on there.
The question was whether he could identify the individuals who are named. So
That's a big arrow pointing to here.
your objection's noted. It's overruled. You may answer the question.
So each of the people, Benjamin Hallmark, that arrow is correct. Maria Perez, that is correct. That is Luke Hallmark. Marisol, that would be Marisol. And then Gregoria, I would say 100%. I would attest to that picture.
And again, does this look to be taken in the same vicinity as the other pictures I've shown to you?
It definitely, it's towards the beginning of the route. Exactly. That's probably St. Matthias right there, and St. Joseph will be right in front of us.
I'd ask the court to admit Exhibit 123 into evidence and to publish it for the jury.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. Exhibit 123 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Again, sir, I'm just going to ask you to circle the people associated with the names as I call them out. Benjamin Hallmark, I think you had previously identified in Exhibit 129, but where is he? And if you can circle him. Okay. And Maria Perez.
It's Maria.
Luke Hallmark. Marisol Lopez Gutierrez. And Gregorio Romelia Perez, I think you said you know her as Romy.
Yeah, she also goes by Romy.
Thank you. I'm now going to show you State's Exhibit 124. And let me know when you see it, I'm sorry. And does this, again, looks like it's taken from the same angle as the prior exhibits. Do you see the name of Elliot Hallmark and Father Pat Heppy?
I do.
And are the arrows associated with the people that you know as Elliot Hallmark and Father Pat Heppy?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yep, 100%. Those would be correct.
Thank you. I would ask the court to admit Exhibit 124 and publish it for the jury.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. Exhibit 124 is received and permission to publish is granted.
And again, just to clarify for the jury, Elliot Hallmark, can you circle him? And Father Pat Heppy, can you circle him? Now, was he one of the other three pastors?
Exactly. Yep, Father Pat is the pastor emeritus in the Catholic Community of Waukesha, so he's one of the four of us priests.
Okay, thank you. And finally, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 125. Let you know when it's on your screen.
Yep.
And the final two of the people that we did not identify in that first picture, Exhibit 129, Lori Loken and Margaret Pekulis, and she goes by Peggy. Do you see them in this picture?
I do.
Are they correctly identified?
They are.
I'd ask and again, this photograph is taken at the same location as the others?
Yep.
Okay. I'd ask the court to admit Exhibit 125 and allow it to be published for the jury.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. Exhibit 125 is received and permission to publish is granted.
Thank you. If you can circle Lori Loken and Margaret Pekulis. Thank you. We can take this exhibit down. Do you recall as you were marching or walking in the parade, what group was in front of you?
The group, in terms of, we were, the Catholic Memorial Group was the group in front of us, behind us were the dancing grannies.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was looking for. What, at some point, was your attention drawn to something during the parade? Something unusual?
Yeah, so we were, all of a sudden kind of heard a scream, and, my experience was I turned to my left, and there was a red SUV just flying down the road. My next experience would be kind of hearing it, kind of striking people.
And I'm going to just, because we have to put on the record that you put your fist to your palm of your hand, making a striking noise.
Yeah, just kind of like a pounding sound, I guess you'd call it.
Overruled. The description may stand. Keep going.
Thank you.
Next question.
How many times did you hear that?
So for me,
The witness.
Overruled. You may answer.
I heard 2 times.
Where were you when you were marching in this group? Were you on, as you're walking down Main Street, were you on the right-hand side of the group, which would be, I don't know why I can't get this right. The right side would be, I believe, the north. Or were you on the left-hand side of the street, which would be the south? Or were you in the middle?
I was more towards the right-hand side of the street.
And did you look back? And you said you looked back and saw the red SUV, correct?
Yeah, the way I would describe it is if the car would have hit me, it would have hit me. I kind of saw it as it was entering into our group.
And the 2 impacts that you heard, did you see those impacts?
My mind blocks that part out of it, so I couldn't say who was hit in those impacts. What I could say is that my next encounter was that there were 3 people from our group that I don't believe would have been the ones with impact that were lying more or less right in my immediate path.
So 2 right in front of you on the right-hand side of the street,
Yep.
as you testified?
On the right-hand side. Those were the 3 people that I was right by then.
And before that car went through, were those 3 people on the ground?
Definitely not.
Where did this impact take place? Do you know approximately where on the parade route?
Yeah, so it would have been past Curry Insurance. There would have been, I believe it's Main Street Bar and Grill, and then there's kind of an unnamed bar, and then there's Planned Parenthood. So those would be it's kind of a Main Street, between Main Street and kind of unnamed bars where it happened.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked and admitted into evidence as State's Exhibit 15. It'll not only be, I'd ask that it be published as well.
Go ahead. Exhibit received.
Objection. How many times do we need to publish the same picture?
Your objection's noted. It's overruled.
Of course.
On this picture, there are different groups that appear to be on this picture. Can you describe, what does this appear to be a map of?
Yeah, that would be Main Street. That'd be our groups, all the groups of the parade.
And do you see your group on this map?
I do.
Would it be in the left-hand side of Exhibit 15?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Sustained. Hold on. Sustained. Please rephrase.
Where would you see? You said you saw your group. Where do you see your group on this map?
On this map, our group is furthest to my left.
Can you circle it? And that would be in that arrow, that star that you circled, then is attached to a list of names. Is that correct?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Sustained. Please rephrase.
Yes. Do you see a list of names and an arrow on that map?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer.
I do.
And where does that, do you recognize the names that are on that map?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yep, I recognize all those names.
And it appears that approximately how many names are on that list?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled.
Didn't mean to test you. And were all those people, to your knowledge, injured as a result of being struck by or indirectly struck by the vehicle in the parade?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. We can take Exhibit 15 down. So when you looked around and saw the red SUV, did you hear the impacts first, or did you see the red SUV first?
I saw the red SUV just flying on the left side. I mean, flying is a relative word, but it was, going fast it was going faster than anyone in their right mind would be driving in that scenario.
Could you estimate the speed?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
From being on that street in other occasions and kind of walking over there, the speed limit was 25. The car, in my estimation, was going faster than I would see a car driving in normal times down that street.
So in excess of 25 miles per hour?
Objection, hearsay. Leading the witness.
Not hearsay. It's a clarification question. Your objection noted. It's overruled. You may answer.
I would say yes.
Now, when you said that you saw the red SUV coming to your left, I know you described your path of travel being on the right side of the road. So it's to the left of you. Would it be more towards the middle of your group or to the left of your group? Or on the left-hand side of your group?
I would say it was on my left.
Okay. So you're not sure how far away it was when it passed you?
No, it was on my left. I was not struck. It was on my left. It wasn't... Did
you see who was driving the vehicle?
I did not.
After the vehicle... Did the vehicle go past your group? Did it drive past your group?
I believe it did. I saw it just fly by, and my attention immediately was drawn towards the three people that were on the ground in my vicinity.
After the car went by, did you ever see the car stop?
I simply I saw the car fly by, and then the next thing I knew, there were three people in front of me on the ground, so my attention went right there.
Did you see anyone else on the ground after the car passed, other than the three people you initially saw?
There were other, so all around them, there were different kind of, as time played out, kind of pockets of people.
Can you describe who you saw after the car went through who appeared to be injured?
So the three people that were in my path were Father Patrick Heppy, and then Maria Perez, and Bill Mitchell.
Did they all appear to be injured?
Yes.
And did you meet with those people after the parade? Did you talk to them or meet with them?
Yeah, so my attention was really drawn towards those three that were kind of right there. Father Pat was kind of completely knocked out, and then he kind of came to, and he was kind of put on the side of the road. And then I more or less stayed by Maria Perez on the side. She was in agonizing pain. There were some other people that came. William Mitchell was also there, also with severe injuries and major pain. So I more or less stayed there. And then Father Pat and I, being priests, we live in the same, we call it the rectory, or the house. So when he went into the hospital, I joined him to go. And then so my next immediate experience was going to the hospital and then encountering more of the people that were in our group who were already at the hospital.
So the three people you had direct contact with would have been Maria Perez, William Mitchell or Bill Mitchell, and Father Heppy.
That's correct.
Leading the witness.
I believe that's what his testimony just was.
Correct. It's overruled.
And you went to which hospital?
So Father Pat was taken by a squad to Waukesha Memorial, so I joined them in going to that hospital.
Did you see any of the people that you had observed on that list on Exhibit 15 at Waukesha Memorial Hospital?
Yes, I did.
What observations did you make there of the people you saw?
Yep, so immediately I saw Eileen Perales, who was sitting off to the side with some facial issues and some other injuries. So Father Pat was he was placed in a room, and I kind of was helping Eileen a little bit. And then there was also Peggy Pachulis, was also in the waiting room already when I got there.
Did she have any observable injuries?
She had, like her ankle was splinted already. She was waiting. And then shortly after that, then Benjamin and Elliot Hallmark were also in the kind of the general waiting room. And I ended up also seeing them. And then my next experience would be is with the different situations in families, it became apparent that unfortunately some families were split apart in different injuries. And so I was with there was CAT scans that needed to be done on some of the children. So there were kind of 4 beds. And I was, especially with that, Benjamin and Elliot Hallmark, their parents were out. And then it also turned out that Eileen and Ashley Perales also then were kind of waiting CAT scans. So that would have been my next kind of encounter.
What injuries did you observe on those individuals?
So at the time, I mean, Ashley had kind of some, as you call it, facial lacerations and major injuries there.
And I think you already testified about Eileen. How about Elliot and Benjamin Hallmark?
Yeah, so they were both in, at the time they were getting checked out for brain situations. It was clear Benjamin had kind of a major fracture in his leg and also a major kind of, golf ball kind of coming out of by his eyes. And Elliot also then had some injuries.
And I'm just going to go through the remainder. If you saw them or either that night or in the following days, let me know. And if you know that they were injured. Maria Alvarez Dominguez.
Objection. It's hearsay.
It's not hearsay. It's asking about his knowledge, not what he heard. So you may answer the question.
Maria was injured. I don't know the full scope of her injuries.
Okay. And how about Gregorio Romelia Perez?
She was very, very, very severely injured. Major issues.
Could you observe what those injuries were?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
Pelvis fractures, and she was in rehab for about 4 months with still walking with a cane.
She still is walking with a cane?
That's correct.
Lori Loken?
Lori sustained some major heart issues, so she had a major procedure on her heart.
Marisol Lopez Gutierrez?
I don't know the full extent. Marisol was impacted. She suffered I believe a fracture, wrist fracture. Some other major soreness. She's healing.
Adair Lopez Gutierrez?
Adair was the car ran over him. He didn't suffer any major physical injuries, but was impacted.
Juan Marquez?
Juan suffered a major leg fracture, has had a couple surgeries.
David Marquez?
David was struck, took on some bruising, but no major injuries.
Jason Peckloff?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
Jason suffered a severe concussion and some ankle injuries, an ankle injury.
Yamilet Perales Alvarez?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. Go ahead. You may answer.
Yamilet was came very close to losing her. Major head trauma. Was severely hurt.
Jose Perales Alvarez?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Jose also was very severely hurt with leg injuries. He's had about 10 surgeries at this point. Still walking with a crutch.
And Camila Perez Gonzalez?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Camilla had an orthopedic injury. He's had a couple surgeries.
Looking further. Thank you, Father.
Any cross-exam questions for this witness, sir?
I do. Second.
He completely takes advantage of this pastor's good nature.
I don't have too many questions for you, Father. Do you recall when you knew for sure that you would be testifying in this matter?
I got an official word on October 1st to plan to be here, I believe, on last Wednesday.
And to the best of your knowledge, do you have any reason why you would be testifying on behalf of an injured party if you are not an injured party?
Mr. Bell.
Grounds.
Overruled. Can I answer? If he knows.
My thought would be that as the pastor, I would have a more wide-ranging kind of knowledge of different people's situations as a pastor, whereas some people might, that's what I would assume. But
You testified to observing quite a few injuries. How can you assess the injuries just by looking at the people?
Can you clarify what you mean by that? Like, what are you getting at?
For example, if I was to see someone injured laying on the ground, I could essentially say, "Oh, it looks like this," but how can I be certain that that's what it is? So my question is, being that you observed a lot of injuries, how are you able to assess what they were just by looking?
Well, the question mischaracterizes his testimony, so I'm going to ask that you rephrase.
How did you know the injuries just by looking?
It still mischaracterizes his testimony. That's not what he said. He was asked about whether he was aware.
Yeah, that he observed injuries. So how could he know
He observed some, so you need to be specific as what point in time.
the injuries that you saw at the hospital? How were you able to say for sure what those injuries were just by observation?
Yeah, so some of it is seeing people at the hospital, and then part of it then is, so there's the immediate seeing people in the hospital, and then there's the later times of seeing people in the hospital or seeing people in other contexts.
So would it be fair to say that you were told those injuries either by medical professionals or by the people?
Exactly. So if people would say, "This is my injury," I would believe them. If they'd be in the hospital, if I see people with crutches, wheelchairs, then I would say that's probably accurate.
But you didn't know for sure yourself until you were told.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not the one diagnosing an injury. I can observe what they say, I can observe what I see, and then if I see people with crutches, wheelchairs,
that's
then
what
I'm
I was
like,
getting at.
there's probably truth there.
Do you know, because you testified to seeing those, some of those people after the incident, would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Do you know if any of the people you saw after the incident filed any claims in the matter?
Could you clarify by what you mean by claims?
Did they file for to be an injured party in the matter, or did they file for any medical bill support or anything of that nature? To your knowledge, do you recall any of that?
We certainly told as many people as possible to get involved in the Waukesha parade support and other means of help. I can't speak specifically for each person what they did or did not do.
Can you explain to the jury what you mean by the support that you are referring to, was that like a group formed, or was that sort of like an event of a GoFundMe account or something like that? Can you give some clarity on that?
Yeah, there was the Waukesha Parade Fund that was, I think, an international type of thing. There was, our parish had a fund. There were GoFundMes. There were any number of different things. There were different encounters to allow people to come together and talk about what had happened and seek start healing from the emotional part of it.
And by international, that would be assuming worldwide. That'd be fair to say?
Yes.
So it would be fair to say that there were financial interests attached to this incident.
Objection is how it relates to this witness's testimony.
Grounds.
Sustained.
I should try to answer the question.
No, I sustained it. You don't have to answer that.
All right.
You can rephrase, but as it relates to how it was asked in this witness, I'm sustaining it.
Well, it was actually because he referred to some GoFundMes being set up and anything. So my question was, being that it was a wide-ranging scope by him saying international.
What's your question? I sustained the objection.
Was there any financial interests attached to this incident?
And I'm going to object for the same reasons before.
Grounds.
It's vague, unclear, overly broad. Sustained is to the form of the question.
Any idea how much money was raised for the I guess I would say GoFundMe's, groups, support?
Objection as it relates to this witness's
Grounds.
testimony.
I'll allow it a little bit of leeway as it potentially could relate to bias, not of this witness. He made no claim, but go ahead if he knows. Subject to you following it up with other, witnesses later on.
I know, so the Catholic Community of Waukesha had an opportunity because people wanted to give, and so there were $73,000 that came into the fund that I'm aware of, the Catholic Community of Waukesha, that we dispersed in different ways. There's still, I think, $3,000 left. That's for kind of community healing events. What the end of what GoFundMe's reached, what the Waukesha Foundation Fund reached, I don't know. But I know the Catholic Community of Waukesha was $73,000. Yeah, the specific, I couldn't say 73 what, but 73,000, I think.
And did that go straight towards the victims to help them in any way?
So an example would be, there are many people that could not work because of being hurt, or they had situations where a loved one was severely hurt and they had to be at home or going to the hospitals, nursing homes, and taking care of them. So there was, and I have no idea the ins and outs of, payment of hospital bills and things like that. But I know people were, they could not go to work because of some of these scenarios.
And you stated you didn't see the vehicle approaching at the time when it got to where you were. Would that be fair to say?
That's correct. It was very close to me when I saw it.
About how close to you did the vehicle come?
The vehicle was on my left side. I saw it probably, very close to when it was on me, I would say, to my left.
So you were on the right side of the street at that
It was on
point?
the right side of the road.
So it'd be fair to say it was on the opposite side of the road from you.
It was on my left. Where on the left? If you show me a picture of the road, like point to where it was on my left, I could not say that. It was on my left.
Did it come pretty close to you at any time when it was passing you?
The car did not hit me. It was on my left.
You referred to it as a car, as you just said. Was it a car? Was it an SUV? What was the vehicle?
I would describe it as an SUV, to be specific.
Any reason why you would say car?
Objection argument.
Grounds?
Overruled. You may answer.
For me, people that know me, I'm not a car person, so car is a wide-ranging descriptor to me.
Would it be fair to say you wouldn't call a bus a car, though, right?
Objection argumentative.
That's argumentative. Sustained. You don't need to answer that one.
When asked earlier, when you were asked about if you saw anyone else on the ground or something to that effect, you said as time went on, you had observed someone else laying on the ground. Can you explain what you mean by as time went on? Was that a significant time that passed, or a very short time that passed at that point? Do you recall?
My testimony is there were 3 people that were right in front of me, and I really spent time. Father Pat then was taken to the side as he waited for a squad to come. I really stayed with Maria because there weren't a lot of people around there first, so I really kind of focused on staying with her. From looking up and waiting, there'd be officers or, different medical personnel, whether they were, I can't say, what type of personnel they were. People would come and check and kind of evaluate, but I could see other kind of pockets of people.
Did you observe the other pockets of people that weren't with your group being struck at any point in time?
The only experience that I saw was our particular group. At the time of the incident, I had no idea what had taken place behind us.
And would it be fair to say you had no idea what had taken place in front of your group?
As I stated, I only saw what I saw.
At any time when the vehicle was passing you, were you able to see into the vehicle?
The vehicle was going very fast. So I would not have had a picture of who was driving the vehicle.
But you can't estimate a good speed that the vehicle may have been traveling.
My estimation was the vehicle was traveling faster than I would usually see a car traveling down Main Street. So over 25 miles an hour.
So would that be that you said traveling faster than you would see a car traveling down Main Street? Would that be in terms of if there was a parade actively going on, or even without any traffic on Main Street?
If I was at Main Street right now watching cars go past, if I was just on the sidewalk, I would say that the parade was traveling faster than those cars would be traveling.
I'm saying in terms of even if there was no parade, if it was just a normal day.
That's what I'm saying. On a normal day, the car was traveling, in my estimation, faster than you would see a car traveling on a normal day.
And you weren't able to get any description of the driver of the vehicle?
Not at all, no. Could
you at any point tell if there was more than one person in the vehicle?
I would not have been able to, no.
Do you recall being interviewed by any law enforcement at that time?
I was at the hospital, as I indicated before, that night, and there was a law enforcement person that kind of ducked into one of the rooms and asked, a couple questions, what I would have seen, or...
So very brief, not extensive, long, extensive type interview, but very brief, just a few questions?
In the hospital that evening, yes, there was a law enforcement. That was a brief interview.
Did you give any, or were you interviewed by any law enforcement after that night?
I was not interviewed until getting a subpoena about this particular case.
Do you recall when you received that subpoena?
I can't say a specific date. I can say, after that first one, October 1st was when I got the official, to report, to testify to the case. I can't remember what date it was before that.
Were you in contact with any law enforcement about this incident leading up to the October 1st subpoena that you received?
Not before I talked to the DA that first time.
And do you recall what DA that was?
It was Susan and...
Excuse me.
Susan.
Made a record reflect that there was a right-hand gesture towards the prosecution table?
I believe the witness identified our District Attorney Susan Opper as the Susan. The record can reflect that.
And was that October 1st time the only conversation you had with Attorney Opper?
October 1st was when I received a notification that I was to report to court. I spoke with Attorney Susan, sometime in the month before. We spoke once.
But in the month before the October 1st subpoena?
So October 1st is when I formally got the subpoena that I was to come in. It would have been sometime in September where I was, notified to come in and talk to the DA. So I talked to the DA once.
And at that time in September, you weren't yet subpoenaed?
I was, how do I say this? This would be a point of clarification in the sense of I believe that I was subpoenaed to come in and talk to the DA. I'm not sure if that's a subpoena or that's what the correct wording is. I was told to come in and talk to the district. I'm not sure if that's a subpoena, but I believe it would be more than come in if you want to. I believe it was kind of like you need to come in, not if you want, you can, if not, don't. I'm not sure what the terminology for that is, but that's how I would take it. If that's a subpoena.
No, that's not a subpoena. The subpoena is when you actually get the subpoena paperwork by mail, or I don't.
Mr. Brooks, you need to ask a question.
Can I get to it, Your Honor?
No, because you're trying to define something which would be testifying, which you cannot do at this time. So the jury will disregard his last comment, but go ahead and ask a question of this witness.
Something else. Wow.
Mr. Brooks, that was inappropriate. Do you have any other questions
Yes,
for this
I do.
witness?
Yes,
Please
I
ask
do.
them.
During your conversations with Attorney Opper in September and October 1st, when you received the subpoena, at that time, were you provided the complaint in this issue?
What do you mean by complaint?
The complaint would be a reference to the charges in this matter. Paperwork that would state the charges.
Objection, Meg.
Grounds.
Oh, overruled. He may answer if he's able.
I mean, to me, seeing what happened and seeing everyone that was hurt,
No.
to me it was very obvious what this was about.
Did you see at any time any paperwork related to the charges in this incident?
So there'd been the subpoena sheet that would have had your name and any number of different.
What do you mean, my name? What are you referring to?
I believe it would have said Darrell Brooks on it.
Are you aware that I don't identify by that name?
Objection, argument is
Sustained.
sorry.
So is that what your subpoena said? Was that the language of your subpoena? The logistics?
We've been down this road under 906.11, Mr. Brooks. You're not. I need you to ask a relevant question to this witness.
That was relevant. He said what was on his
No,
subpoena.
you've talked at length about the subpoena. So under 906.11, move on to a new topic, please.
Are you aware of who the plaintiff is in this matter?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Overruled. He may answer.
I believe that you would be, or excuse me, you're the defendant.
I would be the plaintiff?
Excuse me, at my mind, you're the defendant, I believe. The plaintiff would be.
If you know, do you know who the plaintiff is?
All those who were hurt under the title of the state of Wisconsin. That's how I would identify it.
That's how you would identify it. So, do you know if anybody who was hurt that identified as the plaintiff?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
I think this witness has testified he's really not sure what the plaintiff is. He kind of guessed. He gave an assumption.
Sustained.
He did.
Foundation.
He did answer the question though.
Sustained. Next question.
So to the best of your knowledge, the plaintiff would be the representative of the people.
Objection is relevance.
Sustained. You're now asking him to make a legal conclusion, which I will not have him do. It's also not relevant.
Do you know of any injured party who claims to be the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection, relevance.
Grounds.
Sustained. Mr. Brooks, under 906.11, please move on to a new topic.
Are you aware that only an injured party can be the plaintiff in this incident?
Objection,
Grounds.
relevance.
Sustained also misstates the law. You don't have to answer that. Mr. Brooks, new topic, or under 906.11, I will close the cross-examination.
How does that mischaracterize the law? An injured party has to make the claim.
Under 906.11, you haven't asked a question. I will give you one more opportunity. Don't question me. Please ask a question of this witness. The jury will disregard his statement as it mischaracterizes the law, and he is not testifying. He's asking questions at this time.
Are you aware that the state of Wisconsin is an entity and cannot claim to be an injured party in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained. All right. Your cross-exam is now closed under 906.11. Does the state have any redirect for this witness?
Briefly.
Go ahead.
Sir, prior to the red SUV coming through your group, did you ever hear a horn honking?
Objection.
Overruled. You may answer, sir.
Objection. Hearsay.
It's not hearsay.
I personally didn't, but
That's fine. Now I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 15 again and ask that that be published to the jury. This has already been admitted into evidence.
Go ahead.
Objection. What was the answer to the last question?
The record speaks for itself. Next, the witness can consider the annotations.
And again, you previously identified the individuals in the Catholic Communities of Waukesha box. In looking at that box again, were all those people on the road as part of the Catholic Communities of Waukesha when the red SUV went through?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer, sir.
definitely, 100%.
And we can take that exhibit off the screen. One final question. When you spoke with District Attorney Susan Opper in your meeting that you testified to, did she ever tell you what to say today?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. You questioned his credibility. You questioned his talking to the state. He may answer the question.
The only
Go
reason
ahead.
why I'm objecting, Your Honor, is because
Your objection is noted.
Attorney Opper is not asking the question, so how would Attorney Basie know what
Mr.
Opper
Brooks,
said?
I'm not going to explain the legal procedures. You go ahead, ask the question. You may answer when she does. Do you recall the question?
Yeah, I do. She did not.
Okay.
No.
Did she tell you to tell the truth today?
Objection. Relevancy.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
Everything that you testified today, is it truthful?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes.
Nothing further. Thank you.
All right, Nathan, you may step down. I would like to get through one more witness, but I want to take a short comfort break for everyone, so I'll rise for the jury. Thank you. Mr. Brooks, not now.
Not allowed to.
Not now. The jury is in this courtroom, and you will show respect for them and for this court.
Respect for them would be
Mr. Brooks,
telling them the truth.
stop. I'm putting you on notice that you are on the verge of this court creating a curative instruction about your frivolous arguments. I will not have you claim legitimacy for what are debunked, frivolous, sovereign arguments.
Then
That
prove-
is why
prove it.
your questions
Prove it.
are being
Prove that it's
objected
frivolous.
to,
Prove
and
that it's
why
frivolous. Prove it.
all the cases that we've already referenced, sir. We are in recess. We'll be back
Then
in
prove
5
it.
minutes. Thank you, everyone.
I don't agree to a estoppel. Can you prove it?
I love how they cut the mic on him.
Attorney Opper, you just wanted to address timing.
Well, and I understand. Let me say this, Judge. The ebb and flow of this trial has been very difficult to predict, not through any fault of the court, but by events. We do have 2 witnesses here ready to go. If the next witness goes relatively smoothly, would you consider letting us call the second one and maybe wrapping up by about 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. If not, he can come back tomorrow, but he's been here twice already.
No, we'll keep going. I prepped the jury for that yesterday, so we're good. I'm going to have the jury brought out. All right. Bring the jury in, Madam Clerk.
And I object to that.
To the timing?
Yes.
Your objection's noted. We're going to make up for lost time from yesterday.
So can we adjust the subject matter jurisdiction?
No, we cannot.
Talk about that? We're not going to address that either. That's still not going to be proven, right? It was frivolous stuff. That's going to get pressed every time. So, I've yet to prove subject matter jurisdiction, any jurisdiction at all, rather.
The jury will disregard the comments being made by Mr. Brooks at this time. They are a mischaracterization of the law.
Absolutely not. They are absolutely not. They are.
All right, thank you, everyone. Please be seated. The state may call its next witness.
The state would call Lukas Hallmark.
All right, Mr. Hallmark, if you would please make your way to the witness stand, which is on my right, up one riser. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand. My clerk, Teresa, who's on my left, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Please have a seat. First thing I will have you do is to state your first and last names for the record, and then spell each.
Lukas Hallmark, Lukas Hallmark.
Hold on a second. It would really help if our audio's on. I'm just going to have you do that again. If you would please state your first and last names for the record. And then spell, sorry.
Lukas Hallmark, Lukas Hallmark.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Thank you. Sir, how are you employed?
City of Waukesha Police Department.
What's your position?
I'm a detective
How long have you been with the City of Waukesha Police Department?
for approximately 15 years.
Has that been the entire time you've been in law enforcement?
Yes, ma'am.
Direct your attention to November 21st of 2021. Were you at the City of Waukesha Christmas Parade?
I was.
Were you there as a law enforcement officer, a spectator, or participant?
I was there as a participant.
And what group were you with?
I was with the Catholic Communities of Waukesha.
Who were you there with? I mean, other than the Catholic communities, were you with your family?
I was.
And generally, I don't need names, but was your wife present?
My wife and my 4 kids at the time, yes.
And what are the ages of your kids?
At that time, they were 3, 5, 7, and 9.
And approximately how many people were walking with the Catholic communities of Waukesha?
I believe there was about 45 or 46 individuals that were walking with us.
Okay. I'm going to show you a photograph and just ask you if you recognize it. It's Exhibit 121.
40 to 45 people, that's a lot. I don't think their group had a float, just a banner.
As a reminder, the monitors in the jury box have about a 20-second delay, so we need to be mindful of that as we show exhibits to them. They do come on the screen, I think, a little bit more quickly, but there's rapid succession previously, so.
And I'd ask that also be published to the jury at this time. This exhibit has previously been admitted into evidence.
Permission granted. Okay, why doesn't the jury let me know when that exhibit comes up on the monitors in front of you?
What number is this? 121.
All right.
Okay. Thank
Go ahead.
you. Sir, do you know where this picture was taken?
Yes, that was taken at Main Street and I believe East Avenue.
What day was it taken?
That was taken on November 21st, 2021.
And there are boxes with names that are associated with people through a red arrow. Do you see that?
Yes.
Overruled, he may answer.
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And as you review those names and the people that those names are associated with, is that exhibit accurate?
Objection, leading the witness.
Sustain as to the form of the question.
Sir, do you know the people whose names appear on exhibit 121?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled, you may answer.
Yes.
And the arrows, do you see arrows on that exhibit?
Yes.
And they're going from a person to a name. Do you see that?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled, the exhibit's previously been received. He may answer.
Yes.
To clarify, Jason Peckloff, do you see him in this picture?
I do.
Can you? There's a touch screen in front of you. If you can just circle where he's at in this picture. Okay. How about Camila Perez Gonzalez? If you can circle her. Maria Alvarez Dominguez. Dair Lopez Revelar. Jose Perales Alvarez. And if we can clear the screen, and then Juan Marquez. Thank you. We can clear the screen.
Are you done with this exhibit?
I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you know the names of most, if not all, of the participants who were marching with the Catholic Communities of Waukesha that day?
Most of them, yes.
At some point, did you hear some type of commotion behind you?
I did.
Can you describe for the jury what you heard?
We were walking westbound on Main Street, and near the area of about 400 to 409 West Main Street, my attention was directed towards large amounts of screaming coming from behind us, so to our east. At that point, I looked over my left shoulder. At that point, there was still some folks from our group that were behind us, so it wasn't clear, but over the tops of them, I could see like a roof of a red vehicle traveling also to the east, coming towards us. I'm sorry, to the west, coming towards us.
What were your initial thoughts?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
My initial thought that came into my mind at that time when the screaming occurred was that there was probably a lost motorist and there was a vehicle traveling in the parade that shouldn't have been there.
Have you ever worked a Christmas parade in Waukesha?
I have.
Relevancy.
Overruled. You may answer.
You said you have?
I don't recall specifically the Christmas parade, but I worked other events in downtown Waukesha.
Have you ever worked a 4th of July parade?
Objection, relevancy to this incident.
Let me strike the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever worked a parade in the city of Waukesha?
I don't recall specific parade, but I worked Friday Night Live, which is an event where they usually close down the downtown area for vehicular traffic and it's pedestrians only. So that was where I was drawing my recollection to that incident.
Are there some times when there are barricades set up and a vehicle will come into the area that they're not supposed to come in?
That does occur, yes.
What would law enforcement do in that case?
Usually stop the vehicle and direct them to either stop or remove them when it's safe to do so.
Have you ever been present where the vehicle doesn't stop?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
No.
Thank you. When you said that you heard screaming, can you describe for the jury what you mean? Because we're at a parade, so I'm assuming that there's some screaming.
Objection, leading the witness.
Sustains to the form of the question.
Could you describe for the jury if the screaming stood out to you?
Yes, it was.
Leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes, it was something different than was actually occurring at the parade. And just to give you a perspective, at this point, we were actually almost done marching in the parade, which was actually a very big relief to me because I didn't want to be in the parade in the first place. So I was actually very relieved at that point. So, yes, at that point, this had caused some sort of commotion that was not particularly used to that we've already incurred through the entire parade.
And did you notice anything different about your surroundings as you heard the screaming?
Objection. I asked the form of that question and it was answered.
Overruled. He may answer.
Can you just repeat the question, please?
Sure. Did you notice anything other than the screaming that seemed unusual when that happened?
Objection. Different question.
Overruled. I'm not sure what the objection is, but you may answer.
Clear with the objection.
So after my initial thought of that vehicle was just a lost motorist, or they didn't know actually what was going on, that thought faded very quickly, and I realized that something was drastically wrong based on the fact that that vehicle was traveling at a significant rate of speed towards our direction.
When you first saw the vehicle or the top of the red vehicle, approximately how far was it away from you?
When I first looked back and saw it, I would estimate it to be about, I would say approximately 200 feet. My recollection is that it was near Curry Insurance.
And you testified already as to where your position was at that time, correct?
Yes.
Where were you in relationship to the group that you were walking with? Where were you within that group?
Sure. So our group, we were just kind of walking together behind a white banner. There was no set, method of us walking. We actually, as we were continued down the parade route, some of us moved forward, some of us moved back, depending on how the kids were doing. But at that particular time, I was near towards the back, so I would say the middle of the back of the group, and more towards the center of the road.
And which shoulder did you look back over when you heard the screaming?
I turned to my left.
And that's when the vehicle was approximately 200 feet away?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes.
What did you see next?
The vehicle came. I recall the vehicle coming right at to where we were walking. It started hitting folks in our group, and the only thing that I could remember doing was I had my 3-year-old in my left hand, and I had my 9-year-old in my right hand. As we were walking down the parade route, my 7-year-old was kind of walking in front of us at the time, and I remember realizing that we were going to get hit, and it was going to come very quickly. And so I grabbed my 3-year-old as hard as I could, and I threw him towards the curb. At the same time, I tried to grab Benjamin at that point and throw him with my 3-year-old.
Oh, Benjamin, is he the 7-year-old?
Yes.
And he was in front of you, you testified?
Objection. I'm leading the witness.
This way.
Overruled. The answer may stand.
To the best of my memory, yes.
Yes, okay. And you stated that you had your 9-year-old in your on your right side. What's the name of your 9-year-old?
Elliot.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. I'm sorry, what was the name?
Elliot Hallmark.
When you saw the vehicle and as it was coming towards you, could you estimate the speed that the vehicle was traveling?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
I estimated the vehicle traveling about 30 to 40 miles an hour.
What is the speed limit in that area of Main Street?
25 miles per hour.
So you threw your 3-year-old to your left, you stated?
Towards the curb, which would have been to the south.
And how about Elliot?
I don't remember at that point what happened with Elliot. As the vehicle passed us, I don't know if he got ripped out of my arms when the vehicle came through. I just remember that I kind of got, as I turned to my left, I pivoted on my left foot. I got clipped to my left foot, and the vehicle passed us, but I don't recall what happened with Elliot.
How about Ben?
Ben, I saw him stumble and kind of roll from where the vehicle came towards the curb to the south.
Now, when you said you got clipped, what clipped you?
Objection.
Overruled.
It had to have been the vehicle. I had an abrasion on my left heel, and then I had white sneakers on that night, and they had black marks along where I had my abrasion on that same part.
What was that consistent with, those black marks?
I would guess the vehicle tire.
Where was your wife?
She was standing a little bit behind and then to the left of us, so she would have been a little further at that point, a little bit further to the east and then to the south.
Now, in terms of the path that the vehicle was traveling prior to it striking your group, can you describe that for the jury in terms of, was it on the north side of the road or the south side? Or, to explain it to someone like me, if you're traveling down the parade route, was it on your left or on your right?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled.
As it was coming towards us, as I was walking initially, we were kind of in the center of the road. So when I saw the vehicle coming, I kind of moved to the left and threw my kids to the left. So we were kind of left of the center line, so to the left, as you described, and towards the south. But the vehicle had passed me on my right.
And did you say that you observed anyone get hit that was behind you?
I don't
leading the witness.
Overruled.
I don't recall seeing anyone specifically getting hit. I do remember hearing sounds of the vehicle striking objects, and then the only objects in the road were people at the time.
What happened next, or what do you remember next?
I remember turning to my wife and asking her if all the children were okay, and she looked back at me and said that she didn't know where our son Elliot was. And at that point, I couldn't see him either. So I began running up and down Main Street trying to locate where he was.
Did you have eyes on your 3 other children?
I did.
And what did you do with those 3 kids?
I had those children stay with my wife while I went and tried to find Elliot.
Did you find Elliot?
It was some time after. I would estimate it to be a minute to 2 minutes after the vehicle had passed, but I had located him on the road further to the south, almost immediately towards the curb was, being tended to by some individuals that had covered him up with a blanket.
While you're looking for Elliot, did you see anyone else on the ground?
I did.
Can you describe for the jury what you observed?
There was a lot of individuals laying on the road as you look back, and I remember specifically seeing Father Pat Heppy laying on the ground. I remember he was, at that point when I had saw him, I thought he was deceased because he wasn't moving at all, so I would assume that he was knocked unconscious. I continued past, and then I remember specifically seeing a younger female who I recall to be as Yamilet Perales laying in the roadway. And 2, I thought she was also deceased because there was blood coming from like her ears, and she wasn't moving either.
Did you see anyone else before you found your son Elliot?
There was other people, but I don't specifically recalling at that particular time, no.
Once you found Elliot, what observations did you make of him?
At this point, he was awake. The person that was tending to him indicated that he was knocked unconscious. So when I found him, he actually regained consciousness, but he was crying and complaining of injuries to his back and to his hip and to his leg.
What did you do then?
Pretty much just, I was told by the individuals that were caring for him that that we needed to keep them there for safety purposes, for like C-spine, making sure they didn't have any significant neck injuries or back injuries, and that we needed to wait there until paramedics arrived.
They eventually come and assess Elliot?
Yes. During this time, I had spoken with my wife, and the decision was made that she was going to go get the car because it was, at this point, it was chaos in downtown Waukesha, and I'd actually made contact with a couple of different officers that I knew from the police department, and one of the comments was we didn't know how we were going to get a lot of these injured folks from the street to the hospital that needed care. So a decision was made that I was going to send my wife to go get the vehicle so she can remove our 3 kids that were mobile and remove them from the scene. At that time, I didn't know the extent of the injuries to Benjamin.
And that's what I was just going to ask you about. Were there any observable injuries to Benjamin at the time immediately following the car going through the group?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer.
I knew that he had been injured because when I had looked over to where he was over on the curb, I had seen that he had some facial injuries, swollen eyes, some lacerations. But he was calm and he was collected. So at that point, I didn't know that there was any other injuries to him. After the paramedics had put Elliot on a removable stretcher, I indicated that Benjamin was hurt and I needed to go bring him with us when we went to the hospital. After I went over to him to pick him up, I had looked down and I had realized that he had an open fracture to his left leg.
So what did you do?
I picked him up and then we ran with the paramedics down to, they called it the casualty collection point, or the point where all the ambulances were caring for individual folks.
And did you ride in the ambulance with Elliot and Ben, or did they go separately?
We went together.
Okay. Where did you go?
We went to Waukesha Memorial Hospital.
And what happened once you were at Waukesha Memorial Hospital? What did you see in general?
Yeah, I mean, as working in the city, we go to Waukesha Memorial Hospital quite a bit, and I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. It was pretty much chaos. When we first got to the hospital, there was some sort of physician or EMT that was actually triaging individuals with, I believe it was permanent marker, and they were triaging individuals on their forehead of what level of injury they needed. And based on that, this kind of directed work they had gone inside the hospital. So when we had gone into the hospital, we were directed into the waiting room. And at that point, we were still on kind of like stretchers or backboards. We were placed in the waiting room, and we were just waiting until we could be attended to by some of the staff.
And did both Benjamin and Elliot receive treatment at Waukesha Memorial Hospital?
Yes.
What treatment did they receive, if you know?
Elliot received treatment for a severe concussion. He had a severe ankle sprain. They did a CT scan. And then with Benjamin, he ended up spending the night because the same thing, concussion. They did a CT scan, but then he also had surgery on his broken leg that night.
Now, you stated initially when the car was coming towards the back of your group, you thought it may have been someone that just accidentally got on the Christmas parade route, correct?
Objection. That was not the form of the question. Or answer, rather.
Asked and answered. Sustained.
So after having your initial thought, did your thought change at some point that this isn't a misguided vehicle?
Yes.
And what did it change to?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled. You may answer.
After the vehicle had come through and struck our group, and then as I looked back at all the carnage behind us, it was pretty... My thought then that we were involved in some sort of terrorist act. It was overwhelming fear, overwhelming panic amongst everyone in the downtown Waukesha.
After the vehicle went through your group, did you ever observe it stop?
I did not.
I'm going to show you on the screen in front of you, Exhibit 140. I'm going to have it displayed in front of you and let me know when it's on your screen.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to play approximately 5 seconds. It's a 1 minute and 26-second clip. I'm going to play the first 5 seconds and see if you recognize this video.
Yes.
We can stop it and go back to 00. Does it accurately reflect what you observed on November 21st, 2021?
Objection to the relevancy. Who took the video?
Overruled.
Does this video contain footage of the Waukesha Catholic Community in the parade on that date?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I would move State's Exhibit 140 into evidence and ask that it be published to the jury with sound.
Objection. Still hearsay.
The objection's noted. It's overruled. Exhibit 140 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
And I'd ask that it start playing now.
Maybe, we'll see. I mean, it's actually at the Elks Club Lodge. It's like, see, it's really cool.
Or maybe. I went with like a friend. Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's really...
Is it on Thanksgiving?
Saturday, November 20th, 2021.
That passed.
What?
That passed. Oh, yeah. It's the 20th today.
Oh,
Right?
that was...
Oh, no, it's the 21st.
Ooh, so it already did already.
It happened yesterday.
Yep, it happened already. Ah, whatever. I never know. That's okay, whatever.
Everybody gets started. Oh, those outfits are so cute! Young lady, where is your winter jacket?
That sound is so horrific.
Did you see a red SUV traveling westbound in that video?
Yes.
Would that be consistent with what you saw coming from behind you on November 21st prior to what you just described?
Objection. How do we know the direction? How do we know it's westbound?
Your objection's noted. It's overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes.
Thank you. So I'm going to show you some still shots from that video and just ask if they accurately reflect what you observed.
Objection to the relevancy.
I have to see them. Are you going to do that electronically or hand them to the bailiff?
I'd like to do it electronically if I can.
Go ahead.
Show Exhibit 135 just to the witness. Sir, do you identify that as a still shot taken from the Exhibit 140?
I recognize the photo as you're seeing is from the video.
Yes.
Yes.
And there are, do you see arrows? What does this photo reflect to you? Sorry.
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled.
This photo represents individuals from our group in the parade walking in front of, I believe, Magellan's, I think.
And are there names on this diagram?
Yes.
And do they appear to be associated with people within this group?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes.
How is that depicted?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled.
The names are depicted by red arrows pointing to the individuals.
And do they accurately reflect the names of the individuals that they're pointing, that the arrows are connected to?
Objection. Leading the witness.
Overruled.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask that Exhibit 135 be admitted and published to the jury.
Objection to the relevancy.
Overruled. Exhibit 135 is received. Permission to publish is granted. Keep in mind it takes a little bit for the jury to see it, at least on the monitors in the jury box.
It appears that the jury now can see it in front of them. So with regard to this one, if you can just circle Jose Perales Alvarez.
Objection, being the witness.
Overruled.
Juan Marquez, if you see him. Marisol Lopez Gutierrez. Gregorio Romelia Perez. And Maria Perez.
Well, when I circled Gregorio, I believe I kind of got rid of Maria there. But
Is that helpful?
Yeah, Maria's right next to Gregorio.
Okay, thank you. This can be taken off. Next, I'm going to do the exact same thing with a couple more pictures. The next one would be Exhibit 136. I'll have it shown in front of you. Let me know when it's on your screen.
I see it.
Okay. If you can describe for the jury what you're seeing in Exhibit 136.
Something very similar to the last exhibit.
I'm sorry. Is there an objection?
Leading the witness.
That's not leading. It's overruled. You may answer.
This photograph appears to be a still photo from a video, similar to the last, with names with arrows corresponding to those individuals.
And do the arrows corresponding to the individuals and the names, are they accurate?
In my screen, there's
there's a box that appears to be from the user. There you go. Okay. It needs to be removed.
Yes, it's accurate.
Okay. And do you see yourself in this photograph?
I do.
Okay. I would ask that this 136 be admitted and published to the jury.
Exhibit 136 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Objection. Where's his name if he's in the video?
That's not an objection. That's a question. You can certainly ask that during cross-examination, but it's just I'm sustaining it. Go ahead and ask your next question.
I guess I'm waiting for it to be published.
I will do that.
Okay. And then a confirmation from the jury that they can see it. Sir, first of all, do you see yourself in this photograph?
Yes.
Can you circle where you're at?
Objection. There's no name on it. What's the relevancy of it?
Overruled. You may answer the question.
That's right.
Thank you. And again, the names you've testified are associated with the appropriate people, is that correct?
Yes.
Can you circle Lori Loken? Maria Alvarez Dominguez. Ashley Perales Alvarez. Margaret Pachulis. Eileen Perales Alvarez. Yamilet Perales Alvarez. And I think you can possibly see her legs.
Yeah, she's wearing gray pants. I'm sorry, green kind of leggings, but you can't necessarily see her face in this photo. But her green pants are right there.
Okay. Camila Perez Gonzalez. And Benjamin Hallmark. Thank you. We can clear the screen. Next, I'll go to 137. And again, when we're looking at these photos, these are all from the same video. Are they from the same video?
It appears so.
Okay. And approximately what location are these taken in relationship to where your group was physically impacted by the car?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
This was probably about a block prior to us being struck. I think this is right around the 300 block of West Main Street, kind of by Donnie Boy's, Magellan's, Curry Insurance area.
And would this be consistent with what you believe generally the formation would have been when your group was impacted?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes,
Okay. I'm going to show you 137
I see it.
and ask you the same questions. Does this appear to be a still shot from the video that you saw in Exhibit 140?
Yes.
And what does it depict?
Depicts Jason Petchloff, William Mitchell, and Father Pat Heppe walking in the parade route holding a banner.
And are there names on that?
Yes.
Are they associated with the people you've just identified
Yes.
correctly?
Correct.
I'd ask that Exhibit 137 be admitted into evidence and published.
Objection. Where's the relevancy?
Overruled. Exhibit 137 has received permission to publish as granted.
Thank you. And again, if you can circle Jason Peckloff, William Mitchell, Father Heppe. Thank you.
Is that to come up for the jurors?
Oh, sorry.
We'll wait.
I apologize.
Next time, don't close. He'll have to redo that. It was cleared before the jury got it, so go ahead and redraw your circles.
Okay. Can you identify Jason Peckloff, William Mitchell, and Father Heppe? Thank you. You can clear the screen. And finally, 128. I believe 128 may have already been admitted into evidence. I'd ask that be published to the jury.
Did they?
And do you see the name David Marquez on the screen?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled.
Yes.
And do you see David Marquez in the picture?
Yes.
Can you circle him? Thank you. You can clear that exhibit. I would
Hold
not.
on. No,
Oh,
jury does not have it yet.
Well, at least someone's.
I'm trying.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. It now is in the view of the jury. I'd ask that it be cleared.
All right, thank you.
Finally, Exhibit 15, which has previously been admitted into evidence. I'd ask that it be published to the jury.
Did they?
And I would ask that they give me a signal when it's on the screen. Sir, have you seen this map before?
Yes.
And what is this a map of?
This is a map of the parade route, and it also appears to indicate where certain groups on the parade route that were impacted during this incident.
And is there any type of delineation as to exactly where the parade route, where it started and where it went to?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled.
I don't see any clear delineation in regards to an arrow, but the parade started up towards Maine and White Rock and ends towards Maine and Wisconsin.
Do you see a purple line on that exhibit?
Yes.
What does that reflect?
Objection, leading the
Overruled.
witness.
The parade route.
Hold on, I'm sorry, what was your
Leading the
objection?
witness.
Leading, did you say? Overruled. You may answer.
It indicates the parade route.
Sir, direct your attention to the area where the Catholic Communities of Waukesha, where there's a list of names. Do you see that?
Yes.
And are all those people that are listed in that box, were they in the roadway at the time that the red SUV went through your group?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And again, it's there's a line with that box that's associated with this a yellow star. What's the significance of that, if you know?
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled.
That would be the general area where we were when we were struck.
Thank you. You can clear the screen, sorry. Now I'm going to go to Exhibit 160. And I'm just going to ask if this, the clip is 50 seconds long. I'm going to show you approximately 20 seconds of the clip and see if you recognize it. Do you recognize that clip? We can stop the clip, I'm sorry. We stopped it at 12 seconds. Do you recognize that clip?
Yes.
Does that accurately depict what occurred near your group, the Catholic Community, on November 21st of last year?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes.
Thank you. I'd ask that Exhibit 160 is admitted and published for the jury.
Objection.
Exhibit 160 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Okay.
Watch his reaction to this video. It's disgusting.
No one's giving me a thumbs up. I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you. If we can play this clip from 0 to 50 seconds, which is the length of the clip. The 4 people that you saw sliding through the screen from left to right, did you recognize those people?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as 126, which is a still shot from that video. If you can, it'll pop up on your screen. If you can tell me if it accurately represents that video, that still shot from a video. That video.
Objection, leading the witness.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes.
And I said be admitted into evidence and published to the jury.
Exhibit 126 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Sir, do you, can you identify each of the people that are shown in this still shot by saying their name and circling their position?
Yeah.
Objection, leading.
Overruled.
This is, I'm going to do it by circling.
Yes.
Okay. So this is Jason Petchloff on his back in the roadway towards the south side of the road. This is Marisol Lopez, kind of in the middle of the roadway. This is Jose Perales, just in front of Jason, a little further to the west, but on the south side of the roadway. And then Gregoria Perez, kind of further to the west in the roadway, and then in the middle.
Thank you. One last video. Sorry, I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 154. I got play the first 5 seconds for you and ask you if it depicts what you observed on November 21st of last year.
Objection. What's the relevancy?
Overruled. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is a video taken, it appears to be from an individual walking, but this is like the aftermath of right after the vehicle had come through our group.
Have you seen this video clip before?
I have.
Are you able to identify many of the people in this video clip?
Objection. Hearsay. There's
Overruled.
a lot of people in here.
It's not hearsay.
I'd ask that,
Go ahead.
be admitted into evidence and published to the jury.
Exhibit 154 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
Sir, I'm going to take you through this video and I'm going to pause it at certain places and ask you if you recognize anyone that's in the picture and describe their position. If we can start the video. If we can pause it. Oh, if you can go back 2 seconds. There we go. It stopped at 11 seconds. Do you recognize that person on the ground?
Yeah, right here, that's Margaret Petrulius.
If we can continue on from 11 seconds. And stop. Do you recognize the person depicted at 13 seconds?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled. Screen, I'm sorry.
You may answer.
My last screenshot is up there from the last time. I don't know if you want that clear.
Clear that. Thank you.
Laying on the ground right here in the blue, that's Lori Locken.
And if you can continue on from 13 seconds. If you can pause it. Did you see anyone else? I'm sorry.
Just prior to that, I could see where my wife and the other kids were with Benjamin on the curb, kind of behind Lori.
If we go back 2 seconds, do you think that would do it?
Yeah. So, yep, right there.
And if you can circle them.
So this is my daughter right here, and then right behind her in underneath that blanket, that's where Benjamin is. He's being attended to by some of the individuals there.
Okay. If you can just say stop if you see Elliot as this goes on from 14 seconds.
Stop.
Where's Elliot?
So he's being attended to. He's right with this group of people right there.
Okay. And you recognize that to be the position you went to when you found him?
Objection. Hearsay. We can't see who that is.
It's not hearsay. Overruled.
Yes.
And that was at 20 seconds. We can clear that. And continue on. Sorry. If we pause, do you recognize anyone in this section of the video?
Yeah. So with the blue sneakers, he's lying this way. That'd be Father Pat Heppy. Laying down right here is Maria Perez. And then being attended to by these folks in front of the banner, that'd be William Mitchell.
Okay. If we can continue on. And if you see someone from your group on the ground, if you can say pause.
Okay.
And we're continuing on from 26 seconds. We can pause here. Do you recognize that person?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Yeah, there's two people. Marisol Lopez is right there, and then Adir Lopez is right here with the gray jacket.
And what's their relationship to one another?
mother and child.
We can continue on from 41 seconds. I'm sorry, is that still Marisol?
Objection.
We can pause here.
Pause. Who is that, if you know?
So this is still Marisol.
Said objection.
Overruled.
So this last yellow line I just drew, that's still Marisol. Right here where I circled as being covered by a red blanket, that would be Gregoria Perez. And then over here, that would be Jason Petchloff.
I'm going to stop the video at 58 seconds. Sir, I'm going to direct you to Exhibit 162. We're almost done. 2 more exhibits.
I know the video continued. I just didn't know if you wanted, because I apologize.
That's fine. Let me go back,
Okay.
sir. Let me redirect your attention to Exhibit 154, where we were, which is 58 seconds. If we can publish that for the jury, since it has been admitted into evidence. And again, if you could.
Objection. Are we going to another exhibit? She just said 162.
We're back at 154, she indicated.
It's up, okay. Do you see anyone else, or should I continue playing?
I think you should continue playing.
Let's continue.
Pause. So at 136, this would be Jose Perales.
Thank you, and that was at 136. Okay. Thank you. Did you viewed this video before?
Yes.
And do you know, are there any other victims depicted from Catholic communities?
Yes.
Okay, then let's keep playing it from 136.
136.
Pause.
And we paused at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Who do you identify in this clip?
This would be Yamilet Perales.
And let's continue. From 136, 2:30, I mean. Can we pause?
Yep. So this would be me right here, and then Elliot's lying down on the blanket.
And that's at 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think we're good. Now let's continue to Exhibit 162. Is it in front of you?
Yes.
Do you recognize the person depicted in, actually, do you recognize this person?
Yes, that's Eileen Perales.
Okay. And is that how she appeared on November 21st of last year?
Yes.
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
And is this a picture taken from a video from the parade?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes.
I'd ask that the court admit Exhibit 162 into evidence and publish it to the jury.
Objection, hearsay, and relevancy.
The objections are overruled. Exhibit 152 is received. Permission to publish is granted.
162.
I'm sorry, 162. No. Publish it.
If we can clear my green. Thank you. If you can just let me know when you see it. Okay. You stated that you could see Eileen Perales in this video, or this clip?
Yes.
And can you point her out specifically, her and the hat that she's wearing on her head?
Yeah. I think Perales is wearing kind of like a black coat, some sort of pink leggings, and then she's wearing some sort of like maroon colored hat with white on it, like white stripes.
Okay. If we can save this screen capture, and this would be 162A.
Objection, relevancy.
Overruled.
If I can then,
162A has been captured.
and we can clear it then.
You can clear that, Teresa.
And then I'd ask to publish Exhibit 92, which has previously been admitted into evidence. Sir, do you see the hat that's in, oh, hold on. Sir, in terms of the appearance of that hat, I'm not going to ask you if it's the exact same hat that was on Eileen's head in Exhibit 162, but is the same, is that the same type of hat in terms of, has the same wording on it, same color, same palm color as the hat that Eileen was wearing in Exhibit 162?
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled. You may answer.
It looks remarkably close, same color, same patterns of the lines, the writing, and then with the top on it. Yes.
Thank you. I have nothing else.
All right, you're crossed, sir.
So you saw all those videos that were shown, all exhibits rather, all 12, 13 of them. You saw all those before today?
I don't recall there was 12 videos. To the best of my knowledge.
126, 15, 137, 136, 135, 140, 178, 160, 154, 162, 92, At least 11 or 12.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to strike your comment because you cannot testify. You did not let him answer. Let him answer first, and then you can ask follow-up. The jury will disregard the statement made by Mr. Brooks. Go ahead.
I believe there was only 3 or 4 videos, but there was numerous screenshots or photos taken from those videos.
That's why I said exhibits. Have you seen all exhibits before today?
I had seen those exhibits, yes.
And do you know who took any of those exhibits, the videos or still shots?
No, sir.
So how were you able to see them?
Can you rephrase the question, please?
How were you able to see them if you don't know who took them?
I saw them on the screen. I'm not sure I'm following your question.
Before today, you said you saw them before today. That's what you just said. So I'm asking, I asked after that, do you know who took them? You said no. So how could you I guess I'm asking, how would you know if you don't know who took these videos? How were you able to see them before today?
I believe they were collected by the police department as evidence.
And that's how you saw them?
That's how we were able to view them afterwards, yes.
Do you know when you viewed them?
I don't recall.
Did you view all 12 of them in their entirety at the same time, or were they at different dates?
Yes, back to the form of the question.
Grounds.
Did you view them all in their entirety? Again, it makes it seem like he's referring to videos. And if he is, that's fine. If he could just clarify videos or exhibits.
Sustained as to the form of the question, please rephrase.
Exhibits.
Can you just repeat the question, please?
At what time did you see all the exhibits in their entirety? Was it the same day or was it different days?
I don't recall specifically. I just reviewed the exhibits, the photos, not the videos, but the photos, as you're explaining in these exhibits, prior, just in preparation of my testimony.
In preparation of your testimony? What do you mean by in preparation of?
Preparing my testimony for court, making sure that everything maybe kind of recall my memory, anything to that nature, making sure that everything is accurate in what I'm going to testify to.
If everything you're going to testify to is truthful, why would you need to prepare for it?
Objection.
Grounds.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
Why would you need testimony preparation?
This is a pretty significant incident. I wanted to make sure that I was prepared fully for being here and testifying.
Wouldn't it be easy to just come in and recount what you saw?
Objection. Argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained. Please rephrase.
Is it fair to say that it would be fairly easy to state what you saw that evening?
Yes.
So why exactly did you feel the need that you had to prep yourself?
Objection. Argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained, also asked and answered.
To combat their planned attack against him in court, he's going to show another incriminating video.
I'm going to direct your attention to Exhibit 154, which is a video. So that's clear for the record, not a still frame. It's a video.
You want to put up for him?
I want it put up for him.
All right, it's been received before. Put it up, please.
Can we go to 41 seconds?
Sure. Thank you to the state for assisting. 41 seconds, you said?
41 seconds. Is it fair to
Hold
say
on,
that?
do you want to wait till the jury has it in front of them?
This,
Okay.
sorry.
It's okay, there's a delay. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's short. Seems to be long right now. All right, we're good. Go ahead.
So in this exhibit, which is a video that's paused at 41 seconds, we can see two people laying on the ground. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Can you see any of the two people's faces right now as it's paused?
No.
So it would be fair to say that you can't positively say who that is from this part of the video that's paused right now.
Well, based on my experience, based on clothing descriptions, obviously Idira and Marisol are mother and child, and body structures, that's how I'm able to identify who they are.
What do you mean by body structure?
Well, Idira is a little bit smaller, and Marisol's a little bit larger, and that's how I have memory of who she is.
Would you agree that they're kind of like bunched up, like kind of balled up?
I would agree that Idira is, yes.
Can you see faces?
No, sir.
So it would be fair to say that you don't know for sure who that is.
I'm pretty confident that's Marisol and Idira.
Pretty confident?
I'm very confident.
So why not be very confident the first time that question was asked? Grounds.
Sustained.
Let's go to 58 seconds and pause. Right here in front of us, we see 3 people kneel down. We see someone with a pinkish blanket covering them, and we see a lady with a black coat with a white kind of like top to it. Is that fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the face of the person laying on the ground under the pink blanket?
No, sir.
Would it be fair to say that you don't know for sure who that is?
As I described before, I'm very confident that that's Marisol that's laying on the ground.
And how can you tell that from the picture that we're looking at now?
Well, not specifically just from this picture, but like I stated before, as the video was moving, we could see clothing descriptions, body structure, who she's laying next to.
Is it fair to say that the exhibit is not moving right now? It's paused.
Yes, sir.
And it's paused with not being able to see who's under the pink blanket. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
So how can you say for sure who that is?
If I was to just view this video or this photo without any other context, you're probably correct. I probably wouldn't be able to identify any particular person, but because of the video and how it moved and how I was able to see people, I was able to confirm that'd be Marisol.
And you came to that conclusion because you've seen these videos before today, or these exhibits rather before today. Would that be fair to say?
No, I come to the conclusion with my memory of being there at that night.
But you did state, just so we have clarity, that you in fact saw these exhibits before today. Would that be fair to say?
Objection asked and answered.
Grounds.
It has been asked and answered, but I'll let the witness answer that question again.
Yes, sir.
Towards the, I don't know what that direction would be. I'm guessing that would, if you're looking at it the way I'm looking at it, it'd be towards the right.
Right this way?
We're coming back a little bit more. Right where the lady with the white coat is, you see a few people, it looks like 3, kneeled over someone that is under a blanket with, it looks red with like snowflakes or something on it. You can see like a black, I don't know if that's like a shoe or, I'm guessing that's a shoe or a boot or something to that effect. Is that fair to say that you can see that?
Yes.
Can you tell who that is just looking at it right now?
Well, I know that that's Gregoria, yes.
Can you tell who it is looking at it right now? Can you see their face? Can you identify them right now?
I cannot see their face.
So it'd be fair to say that you're not sure who that is.
I am sure who that is.
And you come to that conclusion based on what we're looking at right now at this moment.
Objection.
Grounds.
Characterizes this witness's testimony.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Let's go to 136. Same exhibit in pause. Is it fair to say we can see someone with laying on the ground? They have like a bluish jacket. You can only see one arm, so the sleeve. The jacket is blue. It looks like they have like a red, something red next to, which is obviously a lady in a gray jacket, white hat. A guy in a red, looks like a hoodie, and someone else to their right, I would say, and a jacket and a cap with looks like a baseball cap. Would it be fair to say that you can see that?
Yes.
And the person that's laying on the ground, can you see their face?
No, sir.
So would it be fair to say that you don't know for sure who that is?
I'm sure I know who that is.
Based on what we're looking at now, you can tell who that is.
Based on my recollection of the incident that night, I know who that is.
Based on what we're looking at right now on the screen, can you tell who that is? You
Yes,
can
sir.
see their face.
I know who that is. I cannot see their face.
So it'd be fair to say from this picture, you're not sure who that is.
Objection. Mischaracterizes
Grounds.
this witness's testimony.
Sustained.
To the right of the screen, right here. Can't tell how many people is kneeled down right there, but it's obvious that they're attending to somebody. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Can you see who that is that they're attending to in any way?
Not from this vantage point, no.
So it would be fair to say that you don't know who that is that they're attending to, correct?
I know who they're attending to.
And you can tell that by what we're looking at right now?
Objection.
Grounds.
Characterizes the testimony.
Grounds.
As testified as this video was going through, who he believed each person was.
Who he believed. But we're looking right now.
Mr. Brooks, let me rule on the objection.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Thank you. Overruled. He may answer.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Can you tell from what we're looking at right now? Can you tell who that is that they're attending to?
You cannot see that is Jason Petchoff behind them, but that is who is laying on the ground right there.
And you can tell that by what we're looking at right now. You can see who that is.
No, based on my recollection of the incident is why I know who that is.
I'm saying referring to what we're looking at, not your recollection, what we're currently looking at right now. Can you tell who that is that's being attended to from based on what we're looking at right at this moment?
You cannot see who the individual is.
Can we go to 2 minutes and 30 seconds and pause?
This is so dumb. I can't believe they let him go on with this questioning.
Can we erase that circle and arrow?
It's been done.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right in front of us, we can see is a group of people standing over someone who appears to be laying on the ground. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
It looks like they have a Scooby-Doo blanket over them. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
By what we're looking at right now at this moment, can you tell who's under the Scooby-Doo blanket?
I know who that is.
Can you tell by what we're looking at this moment? At this moment right now, can you tell who's under the Scooby-Doo blanket?
No, sir.
Can we go to 241 and pause? Would it be fair to say that right now we're looking at what appears to be could be a police officer, some kind of law enforcement, could be security guard or anything, but some type of law enforcement. We see someone, it looks like a woman who you can't see the top of her head, but you can see like her chin and her bottom lip has a black jacket. And right in between those, the law enforcement and the woman, you can see that someone's laying on the ground, and you see 3 people attending to them. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell by what we're looking at right now? Can you say exactly who that is?
100% confident because I'm in that photo.
And is that you standing over the front of them?
I'm standing over my son.
Or not standing, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Kneeling in over the top of who's on the ground.
Yes, my son is crying because he just got struck by a vehicle and I'm trying to console him.
That wasn't the question. That's you kneeling over with the hat, and it looks like a grayish, I don't know if that would be a hoodie, but like looks like it's some like bluish black to the sleeve. Would that be you?
I'm wearing a gray sweatshirt. My son is wearing the blue jacket.
I could be mixed up. I apologize for that. So it would be safe to say, by what you just said, you were 100%. You were adamant, 100% that you knew who that was. Mm-hmm. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
But you didn't have that same enthusiasm for everybody else that we were just looking at. Would that be fair to say?
Objection. This characterizes this witness's testimony.
Grounds.
Sustained. It's also argumentative.
And out of all the exhibits.
Are we done with this exhibit?
Oh yeah, we're done. I'm sorry.
All right. Please take it down, Madam Clerk. Thank you. Go ahead.
Out of all the exhibits that you were shown during the initial questioning, you're not sure who took any of those videos?
No, sir.
There was quite a few exhibits that were shown. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And do you recall exactly the estimate of how far the vehicle was from you when you first saw it?
When I first saw it, that's when the initial scream started. I think it was about 200 feet behind me.
And how did you come to that estimation of distance?
When I first saw it, I believed it, my recollection that it was kind of near Curry Insurance. So I would take that as like almost like a half city block. So it was on the other side of Maple Avenue. So I just estimated that based on my experience with feet.
So you felt that that estimate was accurate?
I don't know.
Or did you know for sure?
No, I don't know for sure.
You stated that your 9-year-old was in your right hand and your 3-year-old was in your left hand. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
You stated at some point that your 9-year-old was ripped, or you didn't know if your 9-year-old was ripped out of your hand. Can you explain what do you mean by ripped?
At the point where I lost contact with them is about the point where the vehicle had come through. So I didn't know if it was the force of the vehicle taking him away from me that forced our hands to be separated, or if we had just separated hands prior to that. But based on my recollection, it was simultaneously as the vehicle had passed through us.
And was that 9-year-old injured?
Yeah, Elliot was thrown in the air and he was knocked unconscious.
And what happened with your 3-year-old that was in your left hand?
I threw him with my left hand towards the curb. He did not get struck.
When you say threw him, what do you mean by that? Was it?
I was holding on to it. I'm sorry.
A quick toss, or was it like a harsh push, or define thrown?
I picked him. I was holding on to him with my left hand. I grabbed him off the air and threw him as far as I possibly could because I knew that he was going to get hit by a car.
Do you recall if he was hurt in the throat?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Overruled. He may answer.
I didn't actually see him that night because I stayed with my other son at the hospital. But as far as my recollection, I don't think he was injured from that, no.
Other than that, was he injured in any way?
No.
You made a reference to the speed. How did you come to that estimation of speed? Do you have any expertise in speed analysis in any way?
No, just my experiences driving as a motorist and being in law enforcement for 15 years, estimating vehicle speeds.
So it would be fair to say you don't know for sure?
That's correct.
And I assume that you were interviewed by other officers at some point. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall if it was that night or if it was in the following days?
Well, the night of the incident, I informed my department that I had been involved in the incident. So I reported it that night verbally, but a statement was later given to the department in a more formal matter.
And you already stated that your 9-year-old son did get struck. Did you actually see that?
I did not see him get thrown in the air, no.
Even though you had him in your right arm, or right hand, rather?
Correct.
Did you see where the vehicle went after it passed you?
I did not.
Did you see anyone else get struck once it passed you?
I did not.
In a summary of your report, do you recall stating to the officer that you were interviewed by that you saw a second unconscious person laying on the ground that you further described as a Hispanic female?
Yes, sir.
Would it be fair to say that in your testimony here today you gave names? That be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Why not in the summary of your report did you give names and just say a Hispanic female?
And I'm just going to object to the form of the question. He's indicating that it's Detective Hallmark's summary in this report. It's not been established. Okay.
It's in the form of the question.
I was referring to him already testifying that he had knowledge of everybody that was in his group.
Rephrase your question, please.
At the time of your summary, did you know the identity of the Hispanic female that you referenced?
In objection to the form of the question, it's not his summary per se.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
So should I say in the summary that you gave, do you recall that comment?
Objection mischaracterizes the summary.
Grounds.
Sustained as to the form of the question, please rephrase.
In the summary that was given by the officer that you gave the report to, do you recall that statement?
I'm sorry.
I am going to object. The witness has answered the question. Again, I would just indicate for the record that I believe what Mr. Brooks is looking at is a different officer's report that summarizes the statement that that officer received from Detective Hallmark. With that understanding that that's what it is, I would ask Mr. Brooks to maybe ask his next question with keeping that in mind.
Objection to being called that. I don't identify by that name nor consent to being called that name. And I
Next question, sir.
I made reference that it was
Next
by
question.
another officer.
Next question, please.
You made reference to your son being attended to by two men. Would that be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
At the time of the incident, did you know who those two men were?
No, sir.
And when did you learn of the identity of those two men?
It was a couple days after the incident. I learned the identity of one individual that was attending to my son.
Do you know if they, or do you recall them giving you any additional information that you didn't have that night?
Yes.
Do you recall if they were active participants in the parade or just spectators? Did they give you that information at any time?
This individual was a spectator.
And to your recollection, did the spectator tell you where they were positioned at when they attended to your son?
Yes.
And who is Charles?
That'd be my 3-year-old.
And Benjamin?
That'd be my 7-year-old.
Do you recall what happened with Benjamin when you saw the vehicle approaching?
Yeah, he was run over by the vehicle on his left leg.
Do you at any time recall making a statement in the summary that was given by another officer? Do you recall making the statement, you threw Charles and Benjamin as hard as you could towards the south curb?
Yes, sir.
If you already stated that you threw your 3-year-old, which you just said was Charles, and you also just acknowledged that you threw Benjamin.
Objection as to the characterization. He acknowledged that the summary that Mr. Brooks is reading said that he threw Benjamin.
He answered the question.
He did not. I believe there's an objection. I'll sustain it. As to the form of the question, please rephrase. It also mischaracterizes the... Well, I'll just leave it at that. You may ask your question.
So did you throw Benjamin as hard as you could to the south curb, or did you see Benjamin struck by the vehicle?
So when the vehicle was coming and I threw Charlie, I knew that Ben was in front of us, so it was the same motion with my left arm to get Benjamin and Charlie out of the way. Obviously, I didn't get Benjamin completely out of the way of the vehicle.
Any idea why that was not in the summary?
I don't recall.
Grounds?
He answered it. He said, I don't know. His answer may stand.
Besides your children, the other people that you observed injured, did you immediately receive information what those injuries were at that time?
Can you repeat just to be clear of who you're talking about?
The other people that were with your group, not your children, but the other people that were with your group. Do you recall receiving information about their injuries at that time?
I did not receive information about their injuries.
So it would be fair to say you knew that they were hurt, but you didn't know the severity of it.
Exactly.
Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And besides your children, who else was with you when you went, attended the parade that evening?
Well, there was 45 of us that were walking together. But to go down to the parade, it was me and my immediate family. So it was me, my children, and my wife.
Do you recall your wife being injured in any way during the incident?
No.
Do you recall where she was when the vehicle passed you?
Yes.
Was she directly next to you, to the side of you, standing right next to you, or do you remember the general area she was at that moment?
Yeah. I thought I answered it. She was further to kind of, as we're marching, as you see in the video, further to the left and then behind.
And she didn't report any injuries of any kind.
She was, I believe she was 6 months pregnant at the time. So she went and got checked up just to make sure she wasn't injured, and no, she wasn't injured at all.
No further questions.
Any redirect?
Real brief. Sir, the identifications that you made in the exhibits that were shown to you on direct examination, are you 100% confident in those identifications?
Objection. Hearsay.
Sorry.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that based on?
My recollection of the incident.
Thank you. Nothing further.
All right. Thank you, sir. You may step down. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you so much for your patience, as it was the court who wanted to keep moving a little bit tonight. I know we're a little bit late. I will read the instruction, and then you will be dismissed for today, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Do not begin your deliberations and discuss or your experience as a juror while you are serving on this jury. Do not use a computer, cell phone, or other electronic device, including personal wearable electronics, applications, or tools with communication capabilities, to share any information about this case. For example, do not communicate by telephone, blog post, email, text message, instant message, social media post, or in any other way on or off the computer. Do not permit anyone to communicate with you about this matter, either in person, electronically, or intended to assure that jurors remain impartial throughout the trial. If any juror has reason to believe that another juror has violated these rules, you should report that to me. If jurors do not comply with these rules, it could result in a new trial involving additional time and significant expense to the parties and the taxpayers. You are to decide the case solely on the evidence offered and received at trial. With that, you are excused for the evening. All rise for the jury, please. I just have a couple of housekeeping matters. Please be seated. My recollection, there's been a couple of exhibits that were annotated and captured that I don't know were specifically moved in. I'd ask the parties to look at that and let me know if there's any requests as it relates to that. I also want to provide the parties with a copy of an incident report. This relates to an incident last week from the 6th, where I told the parties, or I asked the Sheriff's Department to provide me with a report regarding the incident with Mr. Brooks and being removed from the courtroom. And I believe he may have even filed like a use of force form or something like that. But I wanted to have it notated or noted in the record. And so that incident report has been filed with me. I have a redacted report so that the Sheriff's Department is in compliance with that. The parties are getting an unredacted report. The unredacted will be kept on file but sealed, and then the unredacted will be and the redacted will be what's available for the public should anyone request that. So that's one thing that's coming. Then, just as a courtesy, even though I'm not required to do this, sir, I did follow up on your inmate communication form with our clerk of court, Monica Paz. She has, I have the response here, and I'm going to provide that for you so that it's notated on the record. And so there's a cover letter, and then there's some documents pursuant to your request. I'll give that to and then along with, on the back, will be that incident report. So that's being provided as well. And then the state, you'll get a copy of that incident report. I don't know if you want a copy of what Mr. Brooks was requesting, but at least that inmate communication form has been filed into the case. I believe it's documents the state could simply pull off of the electronic filing system in any event. And then lastly, I had marked, this is the exhibit 6 that I previously had ordered struck. I just wanted to make a record that it's marked, it's in this envelope, it will be kept with the file for any potential use later on. I just hadn't made a record of that, so that's there as well. That does cover all of my housekeeping issues with that, given the state's request or Attorney Opper's request to start late tomorrow, and frankly, given the late night tonight, we will start tomorrow at 9 a.m. Was that enough time for you?
Yes. I was actually going to withdraw my request because we have another jam tomorrow in that we have a witness that we have to guarantee to get out of here by noon. So my request is perhaps, if the court's willing, we could start at 8:30 with the preliminary matters. We could still have the jury come in at 9, but if there's any preliminary matters, we could start with Attorney
I need to let
Basie.
them know. I told them 9:15 in my note that I gave to Mike, so I don't know if we can still get a hold of them. We probably can.
Okay.
So if maybe one of someone's going to need to tell them quickly. So I need to stay here so I won't step off, so we can keep going. But so 9 o'clock it is.
Okay.
You want to start? How about we do 8:45?
Have the jury here at 8:45?
No, parties here at 8:45.
Parties here at 8:45 without
jury
me.
by 9.
Attorney Basie and Attorney Witchell will be here at 8:45. I'll be here at 9.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right. Then, just Mr. Brooks, those things were provided to you.
I set the value and term value these filings, and just very briefly, so we can get out of here. I have to raise this issue.
What issue is
My understanding, how can someone who's not an injured party testify on behalf of somebody who is an injured party?
Mr. Brooks,
and it still be
I'm
charged?
not addressing this. It is a frivolous argument. You have a misunderstanding of the law. We are in recess. I am leaving the bench. Thank you, everyone. We're in recess.
So that's a tacit agreement. We're not.
She is so done with him at this point. That's all the time we have for this video. Please make sure you tune in next Tuesday for the first portion of Day 7. It's going to be a doozy. So until next time, take care, everyone.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and feel free to leave a comment. Have a blessed day.